Bam. Hello, people. Welcome to episode 003 of hopefully 100 of the Morsels, Muscles, and Mindset Fitness Extravaganza Podcast-a-Palooza. How about that for an opening? You know, we have to do we got to aim big today because I can't intro the show like that and have it be like a
right?
Right?
Those are some big words.
Right. We are your fitness professionals extraordinaire. Our Morsels maven, Militia Shevchenko, north of the border from Canada, and I am Al Painter, south of the border, closer to, I don't know, complete lack of common sense and actual wisdom shared on the podcast. But here we are. We got to combine well over 30 plus years of experience to share with you people to help you be more informed fitness consumers. How was the Halloween for you, madam?
It was great. I had almost 50 trick-or-treaters,
Oh, wow, nice.
which is a lot because the last couple of years it's been slow, so it was good. And for the first time in a long time, we didn't have snow.
Oh.
However, we now have snow. So yes. The kids managed to get no snow for Halloween. Yay, first time in a long time. But November 1st, it snowed.
We had some overnight, and I'm looking out my window right now, and I don't know if it's rain or snow or slush or something's coming down from the sky. But we got snow overnight. It looks like it's melted off of the roofs primarily, and it's all gone. But we're supposed to get more. I'm kind of excited. And I'm kind of not, because with the snow, it officially marks the end of something, baseball season primarily, which always bums me out. And the beginning of, I don't know, more coffee drinking season, because I won't see the sun for who knows how long.
Exactly.
So there you go. Halloween was good here. We had lots of kids. I think we got rid of all the candy. We gave out the bubbles that kids blow. And the older kids, like the junior high and older kids, they went nuts for the bubbles. I was shocked.
Really?
I didn't think it would match up demographically like that, but it was pretty cool. I watched Batman versus Dracula during the whole festivities because it's one of my favorite Halloween specials. Is that what I want to say? Loves me some Charlie Brown, but Batman versus Dracula, it's really good. It's really dark and it's really enjoyable. And then we had a lot of Minecraft characters.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know what they were, but as soon as I saw like 8-bit blocky old school Nintendo NES looking kids,
right?
I mean, the kids didn't look like that. It was their costumes. Then I was like, Minecraft? And they're like, yeah. And I don't really know anything about that. I don't get that game. I'm 51. I still like the controller in my hand for EA Sports games, the whole build a world that you'll never, I don't know, Melissa. I don't get the Minecraft. Good on the people who made the Minecraft because they're making tons of money.
Yeah.
Not something that I get.
No. Not a big video game person over here, so I can't even comment really.
Well, I want to ask you to then. So we got a no comment from Melissa.
Nothing to say.
All right. Well, hopefully you got some things to say about the Morsels portion of the program. So from what I understand, you want to talk about adding things in to create health rather than forcing things out. Can you please elaborate, one, for the co-host who knows that means something really, really good is coming, and two, the people who are going to be listening at home being more informed after they hear you talk about it?
Yes, of course I can. We look at health, being healthy, a healthy lifestyle, generally speaking, for the most part, that we have to take things out. We have to restrict things. We have to eliminate things. We have to deprive ourselves. And we have to look, when we start, the general consensus is let's see what we can cut out, as opposed to making it a little bit, I feel like, easier on yourself if you say, what could I add in to make my life healthier or to make my lifestyle overall healthier? Look at where you are now and, what's a small thing you could add to level up your health? Maybe it's a daily walk. Maybe it's an additional serving of vegetables compared to what you eat now. Maybe it's an additional serving of fruit. Maybe it's more protein. Maybe it's more water to stay more hydrated. Maybe it's going to bed a half an hour earlier to get more sleep. Maybe it's strength training if you're not doing that now. Maybe it's talking to yourself better in terms of your internal language and how you speak to yourself. There are numerous ways to do it, but what I've come across, and I mean, I did this myself, is that people tend to look at what they need to subtract. Let's take out junk food. I must eliminate the chips. I need to get rid of the chocolate. I need to stop drinking wine. I need to, yada, yada, yada. But if we look at it from a more of what you can add, not only is it a more positive mindset going in, it's more and a more encouraging one, then you're adding health to your life. So it automatically feels like you've sort of leveled yourself up without having to, when we look at all the things that we go at it in a way whereby I can't have this, I can't do this, I can't do this, automatically we're setting ourselves up to think about things that we're telling ourselves we can't have and we can't do, as opposed to looking at it from a way whereby we're adding health in. It's already coming at it from a more positive perspective. I feel like more success, and it tends to create more success because you're looking at that accomplishment as opposed to things you have to take away.
So where do you think that came from in terms of basically, I guess, to be healthier, I must suffer. I must live
Exactly.
in life. I must take out things that put a smile on my face. Where did that start? And how is it still a thing?
I think it stems from diet culture. I mean, diet culture mentality is, of course, I need all the motivation, I need all the willpower, I need to suffer, I need to white knuckle through to be successful. That's what we've learned. That's what we've been told for years and years and years. To be healthy, to lose fat, whatever your goal is, we look at goals in terms of, or been told that goals from the diet culture perspective, that, hey, we have to suffer through in order to be able to achieve it. It has to be a miserable experience. And it doesn't have to be a miserable experience. It can actually be a fun enjoyment, an experience full of enjoyment if you allow it to be. You look at it from a different way.
Everybody I train, Melissa just spoke directly to you about what I'm bringing to your lives, by the way. So that's funny because, like, a lot of times, and luckily I know people like you and John V and Tiffany Heath and folks like that, to where I kind of get in my own head sometimes, and I think, well, I can't eat A because it's going to lead to B, when really, if I do A, it's not going to lead to B, it's actually going to lead to C, which is going to be a positive, right? So if I have a hamburger patty daily, whatever, right, with Jeremy, yeah, it's not, oh my God, you're eating the red meat. It's like, no, you're actually giving protein to your muscles to fuel recovery and, in my teenage mindset, growth.
Yeah. So, and you're having a burger with your son. Yum.
Right? Yes. Agreed.
Seriously, you have to be able to live your life through your process. Otherwise, your process is going to be miserable. If you can't live your life through your process, first of all, it'll never be sustainable, and you'll always feel like you are damaging something because you did this, or you're a bad person because you did this. When technically speaking, everything is okay in the context of an overall healthy lifestyle. It's, it's about moderation, 100%. It can't be one extreme or the other. It can be somewhere in the middle, and that's totally okay.
So then what about the one or two people that probably woke up Tuesday morning who may have sampled their children's candy overnight while their kids slept and didn't know about it? I don't know anybody like that, mind you. No, I didn't actually do that. They shared their candy with me, which was weird. And I thought, okay, you must not be a terrible parent because they're sharing their candy. And it was the good stuff too. It was like, God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Reese's.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Stop it, John. And that kind of stuff. Thinking, oh my God, I completely blew my nutrition for the entire year because I had some Halloween candy last night, and I'm a terrible human being, and I might as well just get a soup ladle and a jar of mayonnaise until the end of the year and call it a holiday season. What would you say to somebody who said, Melissa, I completely went off the rails last night. I had loads of candy, got a little sugar hangover today, and did I just destroy everything that you're helping me try to figure out?
The first thing I would say is that they need to breathe and calm down, relax, chill out. The second, that's probably exactly what I would say. You need to breathe and calm down. Then I would say we need to put that behind us now because what's done is done. And then the third thing I would say is that we now need to just evaluate it. Okay, fine. You did this, this, and this. What can you learn from this to take forward into next Halloween, as an example, or next time or whatever? But you're not a bad person just because you ate the candy. But maybe we might need to develop some deeper self-awareness. Like, did you need to have, I don't know, 15 bars as an example? Could you have been okay with only maybe 1 or 2 or even 5? We can build that awareness to improve for next time, so that you don't feel, and build your mindset around food, and less guilt, less shame, less berating, less restriction in general. When you come at food with a mindset of restriction, you're automatically telling yourself that a certain type of food is bad. And nobody likes to feel bad. You automatically then generate a mindset of, this is bad, so I'm bad because I ate this. Well, we want to get out of that. When we develop a stronger mindset, we protect our relationship with food, build a better relationship with food, we can let that mindset go and be okay eating things, and then understanding why we feel a need to eat certain things at certain times. Once we understand the need, why we do the things we do, then we can start to improve on the things that we're struggling with. That's how I approach those things.
That's so solid. And I wish more people would allow themselves that room, because let's be honest, we had Halloween in October, we got Thanksgiving, well, in the States in November, right? And then we got that 2-week stretch between the middle of December roughly until the end of the year, where there's going to be a lot more probably going in than going out, especially if folks live in areas where their regular exercise routine may be altered a little bit if they were relying on being outside in good weather, right?
Right.
And people need to realize that it's okay. It's okay to enjoy the thing that puts a smile on your face, especially since it's a very communal, social time of year.
Yes.
Which is really the idea of eating really good food, as far as I'm concerned, is, you get around your favorite people and you laugh and you joke around, you have a good meal, and you create an experience.
Exactly. And one of my biggest focuses with people who I work with building a better relationship with food and so on and so forth, is the concept of being a little bit better. So maybe other years you just went completely, you're all the time feeling stuffed and bloated and yada, yada. Well, maybe this year we work to improve a little bit more self-awareness and actually be intentional with the food choices you make, how you make them, be mindful. And if you can improve on that year to year to just be a little bit better and be a little bit more intentional with your choices and mindful around the food you consume, the drink you consume, et cetera, then that's still improvement.
I agree 100%. It's almost like you're making it easier for people to be human.
Exactly. That is the point. Everybody's trying to be perfect. And who is perfect? Which human do you know that is perfect?
My children. My mother's son.
Okay.
You know what? If she was standing next to me, she'd probably hit me in the head for saying that and tell me, no, you're not. We're taking her to her first hockey game when she's here, by the way.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
so
That's
excited
awesome.
about that. She's never been, and she's very excited, which means that her grandson's very excited, because all he'll have to say is, Nana, can I have, or Nana, I want, and Nana will say, of course.
Yes, why not? Let's do it.
Thank you, Nana. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right on. Those are tremendous nuggets of knowledge. And Melissa's contact info will be in the show notes there, folks, if you want more information on how to add things in rather than forcing things out. That is just great, great stuff. Thank you for that, madam. Today, I'm gonna pontificate some home PE for you people today. So for those of you working out at home, which I was thinking about this morning, is well for 90% of the people that I train, either
In here.
Yeah, on the Zoomer size machine or on Trainerize. And the one thing that I always try to emphasize is you can do a lot more with less, right? So I try to get people into the mindset of, look, you only need to squat, you only need to push, you only need to pull. Can you hinge? Yes. Can you do loaded carries? Yes. However, loaded carries come with additional decision fatigue in terms of, A, do you have things you can pick up and carry?
Mhm.
Let's start there. If you have kids, sure, or bags of, I don't know, lawn fertilizer or whatever, great.
Yeah.
If you don't, you can fill up 5-gallon bottles of water or whatever. But if you don't have that, that let's not try to force that into the bucket of the tools there, of things that you're going to do. And can you hinge? Yeah, hinge is a huge motion. But I found it, and I don't know if you have as well, but I found that people seem to pick up squatting motions, particularly on a single leg, a little bit faster than the hinge. And if I can't see somebody do it either on the screen or if I'm standing next to somebody coaching it, it's difficult for me to give that out. Now, if somebody shows me that they can hinge safely and do it correctly, they're going to do it. But the pushing, the pulling, and the squats, there is enough on that menu to be able to put together a program for months at a time that
Yeah.
you can progress. And one of the easiest ways to do that is you come up with an A workout and a B workout. And it could be, if you're going 2 days a week, it could be A, B is your week, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday, whatever you put them in. A 3-day a week thing could be A, B, A, B, A, B the next week, just so you get a little bit of variety, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to do 4 days a week, A, B, A, B is what AL is telling you to do because it works. That was good. I'm gonna hold on.
That was
I'm gonna pat
awesome.
myself on the back for that one.
I'm even gonna pat you on the back for that. That was good.
A pat in the back's not too far away from the kick in the ass, so there you go. But then after you figure out the days of the week you're going to do something, the time you're going to do it, the where you're going to do it, and what equipment you're going to use if you have access to some, or if it's just a body weight thing, then what I think people should do is pick a skill to master. Is it your first push-up? Is it your first pull-up? Is it a body weight squat? Is it a goblet squat with X amount of weight, if you're lucky enough to have sandbags at home? Is it a bear hug squat? Which a bear hug squat, I know the name, I get it now. It feels like you're being hugged by a bear because, oh my gosh, the way that it lights up your core, which then forces your hips and glutes to work together the right way. Oof. I love them. Yeah, I love them, but I hate them. I hate them, but I love them. Master something. Pick a skill to master. There was a time where I wanted to master crawling on this 40-yard strip of turf at the gym where I go to without stopping, up and back. And then there was another time where I wanted to master doing bird dogs without my knees touching the ground. So those are super simple movements, but those really simple movements laid a nice foundation to be able to do a lot of other things that were a lot more complex. So what I'm telling you folks is pick something super simple to do, a push, a pull, or a squat. Do it at least 2 days a week. Get your A workout, your B workout, and then just depend, find your frequency, how long you're going to do it, the day of the week you're going to do it, where you're going to do it. And then every 4 weeks, try to change things up in terms of a different type of emphasis on your face. I like people to do, like this is another Juan Carlos Santana bit of brilliance, a stability phase where you do a lot of time and attention on a single leg, ideally, or a split stance to get that lower body foundation underneath you to be able to go nuts with a bunch of other stuff later on. And then a mobility phase after that, because now you're more stable, your body can be made more mobile, right? So let's not put mobility on a lack of stability, because that's only going to lead to not being able to do anything, because something's going to start to hurt inevitably. So, and by more mobile, I mean not stretching or crazy things where you're trying to put your leg behind your head or whatever. I mean doing alternating arms, split stance patterns, resisting forces from your left and to your right, because oddly enough, not oddly enough, you can get really, really mobile by doing that, because your body develops stability in different planes of motion. So that way when you go to rotate and pick something up, you can come back up and not be in pain or trash your back. And then when you're more stable, you can be made more mobile. And then after you're more stable, more mobile, you can get stronger. And by that point, you've already got a little bit of strength developed. So that's where you'd want to pick up something heavier. That's where you'd want to change an angle if you're doing suspension stuff or body weight or more tension on a band. Basically, you amp up the difficulty level to about a 7 out of 10, not to where it's impossible, but where it's challenging. Because we never want to go into impossible, because that's when you get form breakdowns and it just doesn't really do you any good. Progress 7 out of 10 and always try to bump up your 7 out of 10, and you can get through things a lot faster and get through things a lot more safely. And then after that, now that you're more stable, you're more mobile, and you're stronger, then let's see how long is you're strong. Right now, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday Zoom group fitness class, yes, shameless plug, that I'm coaching right now, we're doing November is strength endurance month. So they're getting 3 to 4 super basic exercises, a push, a pull, and a squat. Today, they were lucky enough to crawl, get up and down from the floor, and do a single arm row for 10 minutes without stopping.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought so. Of course, I was the one doing it.
They did.
Yeah, somebody said that they burned 400 calories in 52 minutes. They sent me the readout of their stats. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So high heart rate without HIIT craziness, because with those basic movements, you stack volume for time, you get that heart rate, you get that strength endurance, and then you get the epoch. I don't really understand this because it's post exercise oxygen consumption, but it's not spelled that. It's epoch, it's exercise post oxygen consumption, which that's so boring. Oh my God. Just say, look, do this so you can burn a ton of calories when you're recovering, because that's where the magic happens. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get off the soapbox there. I'll stay.
I don't.
Yeah, I'll stay out there forever. So do that. And then when this phase is done, in December, we're going back to a stability phase, but we're going to be at a much higher level of stability because we progressed everything getting to that strength endurance, because they actually earned the strength endurance. And I tried to explain this to them. They're like, so you're telling us the way we feel right now is your reward for how hard we worked in October? And I try to say yes, and I won't tell you what they say back to me, but that is the.
I know. I experienced this as well.
Right? Yeah, somebody told me this morning that I was #1 twice. But yeah, that's how it should be in a perfect world, right? Because it's really simple, it's progressive, it doesn't take much thought when you only pick 3 exercises and eventually you just change a variable on there, more time, more load, different angle, less recovery, and then you just keep going and going and going. So
yes,
there.
The progressions are endless, really.
Yes. How do you progress the folks that you work with?
Similar to that. I mean, different load, less rest period, deeper range of motion, anything at all that, because a lot of people I've started to come across a lot of people thinking that progressive overload automatically means that you have to add more weight all the time. You need to be adding weight. I've come across that a lot lately. And I've come to realize that people don't really understand what progressive overload actually means. Like in terms of, first of all, you won't always be able to add load to everything all the time, number one. And second of all, there's so many other things that need to be built on before you should just be automatically adding weight. Like you said, stabilization, mobility, flexibility, even. Strength itself needs to be built before you can just add a bunch of weight.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, people don't know because they don't know. I mean, if they haven't talked to somebody like us, how are they supposed to know that, okay, I can progress this thing. All I have is a 10-pound weight, right? That 10 pounds is going to get outgrown pretty quickly, traditionally, right? Yeah. But what if you did an isometric for 20 seconds with that 10 pounds? Then
Exactly.
you did a dynamic, and then put another isometric on the bookend of that. You can
Yeah.
make that 10 pounds a hell of a lot heavier.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Schifferly from the Red Delta Project really taught me this. He's smart guy, smart guy. You try to use your mind to turn on as much muscle as possible.
Mhm.
Right. And I think Pavel Setsulin, the kettlebell guy, talks about when you are rowing, don't miss out on the tension going back to the starting point. Actively turn your row back into a press.
Yeah.
Right. Pull yourself into the squat position, Charlie Wangrow. Thank you for that. And where can you add tension? And how can you put that into the exercise? Inevitably, you're not going to be able to do as many reps because you're putting out a lot more energy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's keeping the tension itself creates, like I always tell my clients that I can make body weight hard just with the tension. Like if you are really tense, you can make anything harder.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it's horrible. It really is, because it's the mental part of that is brutal, because I even think about it. You are willingly making your muscles not feel good.
Yeah.
Really moving the muscle, putting a little more fatigue into it.
Yeah.
And then you're going back to the beginning to feel bad again, which is so weird. Like we'll go through our workouts and sometimes feel bad during the workout. So after the workout, we feel good doing the things we enjoy doing. It's such a inverse relationship.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes, agreed. All right. Well, there you go, people. You now have ways to eat better, add more things into your weekly routine. You now have a way to simplify the way that you exercise at home. And I think we did a really good job. That's Pat, virtual Pat, for both of us on the back, of tying in the mindset part of what we wanted to talk about today into the morsels.
Yeah.
So I think we got a pretty well-rounded set of information and factoids that you people were given today without a 2-drink minimum, because you better have laughed. And I don't know, oddly enough, something I thought I'd never say. I don't have anything.
You're going to say you have nothing else to say.
I got nothing else.
I cannot believe it.
No.
He's out of words, folks. He's out of words.
Yes. I'm hoping to potentially have a Black Adam review for people next week. Don't know if it's going to happen, but that's my goal for today. We'll see what happens. And I don't know, it's snowing outside. There are sleeping cats in the house. We got a fireplace that works and blankets that are warm to sit on the couch with as a laptop is used. That might I might go with that today.
Yeah.
Right.
It's chilly here too, so I'm probably going to do something similar, although it's sunny, at least.
We haven't seen the sun in a bit here.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, take that back. A couple days ago, maybe. I don't know. It's above the clouds. It's still there. It's like, I'm still here, but here's some rain and some snow. Yay, you.
Yeah.
All right, people, that is the show. I'm going to stop talking before I talk too much and tell you folks, thank you very much for listening. Have a super amazing week. And before I sign out, Melissa, how can people get a hold of you, my friend?
You can find me on Facebook at Fit Girls Rock. You can find me on Instagram at fitgirlsrock.melissa. And you can find me in my free Facebook community at Fit Girls Rock Building Badasses. How about you, Mr. Al?
At Do You Integrate for the Facebooks and the Instagram machine. I think Twitter as well. Although I don't really spend much time on Twitter. I kind of just go there to read.
I don't even have an account.
European soccer, because the comments make me laugh and I love it. And on Facebook, I've got the Sarcastically Fit Caffeine Cave, which is a nice combination of really sarcastic coffee junkies who put up super awesome memes with some really useful fitness information that actually comes from me. Melissa's in there too, but no, really, I can get out useful information. And there you go, people. So with that being said, Melissa Shevchenko, Al Painter, and we are done. Have an amazing week. Bye-bye.